Hello, everybody. Okay, let me moisturize real quick and we'll start talking because I got some shit to fucking dish out. And this is, if you can check the timestamp below, this is literally like the day after the thing I was like, the other like get ready with me where I was getting ready to go quote unquote drop off a cake. That happened, but more happened. And so I'm going to try to remember as much as possible because literally this is like 12 hours later. And so it's still super recent and my brain is just so like discombobulated. But I think by the way I'm talking right now, I feel like I'm able to kind of speak about it. And so yeah, and so after I got off that video, me and my friend went to get some Taco Bell, and we just ate in the parking lot while watching Smiling Friends. And then once it hit around like 8 or 8:30, we went back to my house, and I finished decorating the. Let me show you what it looks like because I actually kind of like the way it turned out, and the recipient was really happy about it. It was a little childish because I did like the little what you call it. I did the little dots with like this like writing stuff that you buy at like Target, and so it doesn't look like super professional, but you know it is what it is. And by the way, I'm getting ready to go to Trader Joe's and do a little bit of errands because I feel like I need some electrolytes. I'm gonna grab that before I hit the road, but I'm sober now. I'm sober now. We can do a breathalyzer, and I'm gonna hit 0 on that bitch because I am sober as a snicker. I'm just a little bit discombobulated, like I said from last night. But you know what? I'm straight. I'm good. I'm cooking. Um, I just need to get something in me, like not an energy drink. I just need like something. I need like something, okay? But anyway, so yeah, we were watching Smiling. Actually, let me pivot a little bit. Smiling Friends right now is really good. I'm gonna like finish that because we only got to like the third or like the fourth episode, and it's a good series, okay? But anyway, so yeah, and then we just finished decorating the cake, and then my friend actually drove there because I realized that, like I'm kind of a bad driver. Like despite driving to St. Paul like every single fucking day of like this whole school year, I'm just not a good driver. And so you know what? I was like, you do the do and I do the do. And so um we were just, we drove there, and I was when we got to the crib, I was like, okay, let me just go drop it off really quick. I'll run back to you. And she's like, do you want me to come with just in case? And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Come. And so when we got inside the house, the door was just open, by the way. Like the door was just open. It was just open. Like we knocked and everything, but I don't think they heard us. And so we just, tested the door. Next thing you know, it fucking opened. And I was like, so it's an open door policy. That's kind of crazy. I don't know. Like y'all just leaving the door. Like, is this a safe neighborhood? I don't know. I can't speak on it because I don't live here. But although I was like, okay, I guess I'll just walk in. And then when I walked in, I was expecting like a lot of people, but actually it was like a decent amount of people. Like it was still like quite a bit because you know me, I hang out with like one other person usually, and so more than 3 people, that's a party to me. And so I was like, oh wow, like it's jumping. And when I walked in, the birthday person was like, oh my god, the cake looks so good, and I was like, stop. And then I met this really nice girl, and she like started like hyping up my cake and everything, and yeah. And then I was like, and then we were just planning on leaving after that, but then I think I don't know what happened. I'll be honest with you, I don't know like how I ended up staying there as long as I did. That's the issue. But I think it all started with like, oh, do you guys want a drink? And I was like, well, since I'm not driving, I guess I'll have a little sip. And so I had like, I don't know, they had like a Mike's lemonade or whatever, and I never had that before, so I just started drinking that. But I was expecting that to be my final drink, and maybe I'll take like a shot just for the birthday person. But then let me like move myself so you guys can see me a little bit. But then, can you see me? Okay, that's good. But I don't know what happened actually. I'll be so freaking honest with you. I got a drink and then I just started talking to people because that's what you do when you go to a fucking party. You don't just sit on the wall and just be like, I was talking to people, being nice, being cordial and whatnot. Um, and I don't know. I just ended up talking to the girl that was hyping up my cake for a little bit. Let's call it like, I don't know, fucking Banana. I was talking to Banana for like most of the beginning of the party because I was just like, I'm gonna get to know you, like you're cool as fuck. And my other friend that came with me, she was like, oh yeah, I mean I got work in the morning, but we can stay a little bit. And I was like, okay, Slay, because I didn't want to keep her there if she don't want to be there, but if she says yes, then I'm gonna take her word for it. And so I was just like, yeah, we'll just be here for like an hour. and we'll bounce out or whatever the fuck. You know, just me thinking very positively for some unknown reason. Um, and then, you know, and then we started doing shots, and I only took like one shot of like this Bacardi or whatever the fuck it was. I honestly, it was white and it had like dragon fruit or something in it. I didn't taste that shit because just thinking about it makes me want to vomit. I'll be 100% with you. Just thinking about it makes me want to fucking vomit, and so I'm not gonna think too much about it. But I took that shot, and after that, I was like, you know what? I'm ready to go. If my friend's ready to go, like she didn't drink or nothing, so I'm like, I'm ready to roll if you are. Um, oh shit. But then they like started setting up like tables for beer pong, and I was like, do we got time for beer pong? Because my friend was setting it up, and I'm like, girl, you're the DD. The fuck? What are we doing here? And she started playing. I'm like, I thought you wanted to leave, but you know what? Homegirl doesn't get out a lot like me, and so I'm like, you know what? We'll just enjoy our time. And so I only ended up playing like one round of beer pong because honest to God, my aim like sucks nuts, and I was just not cooking. But my friend, bro, she got a fucking arm on her for real. She got a fucking arm on her. She was aimbotting the fuck out of everybody. It was insane watching her play. Like she got that shit down to a science. I was like, God damn, God damn. And so I played a little bit of that. And I was playing with the birthday boy, and we were gonna win, but then you know I got my ass fucking nuked by my fucking sniper of a friend. Um, and then I just passed it on to like another team, and I was like, fuck it, I'll go in the kitchen because there was like a living room area and then just like a little walkway, and then it went into the kitchen area. So I was like, oh, I'll go in the kitchen area, see what everybody in there is doing. And some more people arrived, and so I started talking to this one girl. I was call her Bo because she had a big bow in her hair. And so I started talking to Bo, and I don't remember what happened ever. I think I took another shot, I'll be honest with you, because more people arrived, and so they were like, let's do another shot. And I was like, fuck it. Like, if my friend's gonna stay like this long, like, fuck it. Like, I'm gonna do it. Um, and then, so yeah, we took another shot, and the girl, she like told me that she had like 17 shots. Girl, I'm not fibbing with you. Like, that's what she told me, so I'm gonna take her at face value because I'm not over here like fucking judging me like, false, or like I don't know if they say in the fucking court, but like I'm not gonna accuse her of lying because what the fuck. And so she's like 17 shots, and that girl was still upright, she was still talking, she was still coherent. It was crazy. I was like, girl, what the fuck? But no, she's really sweet. Like she like rubbed some of this like pheromone perfume on me. She's it was like a rollerball. I was like, what is that? Let me smell that, because I thought it was like Burberry or something. I was like, I like Burberry. Let me get a sniff of that. And she was like, no, it's this pheromone thing, and it actually works. And I'm like, oh, I'm curious. And so she like rubbed it on here, and I was like, okay, it smells good. At least it doesn't smell like fucking bo and butthole. Um, and then she like gave me some of this. This girl, she's kind of insane now that I'm like thinking about it, because she also like pulled out like peppermint extract, and my crunk ass was like, what the fuck is that? And she's like, it's peppermint extract. And I'm like, what's that for? Are you using it for like perfume reasons? And she's like, no, girl. She did like 5 big ass drops of the fucking extract in her mouth. I was like, there's no way that is safe. There's no way. But my drunk ass was like, let me get a little bit of it. And so I took some fucking peppermint extract, and that shit burned. Like it's like vaping without the vape, without like the smoke that's coming out. It like clears out your nose and it clears out your fucking esophagus, and it's crazy work. Like that girl, yeah. And we were talking up a little bit, and she was telling me how she got 2 kids at 21. She was like, yeah, my kid turning 1, and I have another, and there's a baby I don't know how old their ages are, but I think a birthday's coming up or something like that. But golly gee, bro, golly fucking gee. Like I was like, you're 21, like you should be at the club. The fuck? She's like, I am at the club. I'm like, oh. And she was telling me like about her like situation with her like baby father. I was like, oh my goodness, girl. Like at 21 nonetheless. I'm not gonna air out her shit like that, but like I mean I kind of am airing out her shit about her kids, but like you can't really identify her based on that description, because like how many 21-year-olds that has kids? Probably like at least 5. And so yeah, I'm not gonna air her out too much, but yeah. And then she like came in with this guy, and so I assumed that they were like together, and so I started talking to like both of them, and they're like, no, we don't know each other. I was like, oh wow. And then I talked to another like set of people that I thought were a couple. I was like, because they were like a white dude and a white girl, because those were the only like white people that were in the room, so I remember them. And so I was like, oh, y'all are together? And they're like, no. I was like, you're not feeling him? And she just said no. I was like, oh. Okay, girl. Okay, girl. I'm. It's not that I don't believe her. Just the way she like delivered it. I was like, big word. I got that. Okay. But anyways, back to the story. So so Bo came in with this guy. Let's call him like I don't know, glasses. I think he was wearing glasses. I don't remember, but I thought Bo and Glasses came in together, and I assumed that they knew each other and stuff like that. But no, like apparently everybody at this party, like only knew the birthday boy, um, from like modeling and from the club, from modeling club, or they photographed him because there was a lot of photographers there, and there were a lot of models there, like a lot, and I believe it too because everyone in that room was smoking. Okay, and yeah, and another guy met the birthday boy at a club, and I was like, oh wow, so yeah, I guess I don't know, cause like if you guys remember my initial get ready with me, I was like, oh, like I don't really want to go to a party where I only know one person, but it seems that like everybody there only knew one person, and it was the birthday boy. And so I was like, oh, that's curious. That's really curious. I don't know how I feel about it just yet. I think I need some time to really thunker about it. But right now, I'm just kind of like, oh, that's just curious. That's all I gotta say about it. Um, and maybe there were like some people there that like knew the birthday boy like even before this, or like friends with him, but I was not able to talk to some of them. Oh, there were some other white people there, but like the main oh, this eyebrow is going haywire. Holy fuck. But yeah, there were some other white people there, but I guess I just don't remember them because you know me. I just see what I want to see. I kind of have like selective sight. But anyways, and so I was just talking to them, and then Bo pulls me to the side and was like, I was like, oh wait, how do you know the birthday boy? Actually, I was like, I pulled her aside. We're just talking, I think, and then I was like, oh, how do you know the birthday boy? Because I was just asking that to everybody because I was sensing a pattern. Because like I said, everybody just didn't know anybody else at the party. Like the people that came in twos knew each other, but like if they didn't, then like they just didn't know anybody there. And I was just like, oh wow, like that is quite curious. And so that's why I was curious, and I asked her, and she was like, oh yeah, we actually met on like Tinder, and like he like messaged me and said, "Oh yeah, this was like the last night if like we wanted things to work out and stuff like that." And she was like, "I was feeling him, so I came, but like now that I'm here, he's not really giving me attention. I'm not really feeling anything towards him." But then she points to the guy that she walked in with by the way, she doesn't know by the way, and was like, "I'm actually feeling him." And I was like, oh girl. I'm like, oh wow. She's like, and she was like, I'm like to the point where I'm so drunk I need to get some dick. And I was like, when I say my flabber was gasted, I was flabber of gasted, bro. Like everything was gasted. I was aghast. I was okay, girl. And then so she was like I want to talk to Glasses for a little bit and see if like he's down or whatever. If he's like feeling me or whatever. So I was like, okay, vibes. And so they like go off for a little bit, and I don't even know what I ended up doing. I think I probably either got another drink or took another shot for some unforeseen reason. Um, I think they went off for a little bit. I don't remember. I think they went off for a little bit because I didn't see them. But I think I was like talking to another person. I just can't remember who I was talking to. I would talk to like butt fuck anybody, like anybody who was willing to talk to me. Oh, actually, I missed the part. So there was a guy that kind of pulled up or whatever too, and I think he was by himself or whatever, and he was like sitting on a chair in the back of the kitchen, and so, me and her was kind of standing in the front, and so when I was talking to her, I was like facing him, and so when she was talking about how she wasn't really feeling the birthday boy anymore, she was like, oh, like I actually like I'm finding some of the guys here attractive, and I'm trying to hit them up or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. And then there was a guy that was sitting on the chair in the back, and then I pointed to her. I'm like, you're not feeling him because I thought he was attractive. He's a very conventionally attractive dude, and so I was like, you're not feeling him. Um, and then she looks back and she was like, oh girl, no. She's like, oh girl, no. I was like, for why? For why no? Like he's cute. And he seems reasonably like normal. I don't know, like a little quiet, but not too, weird. And she was like, no, like I think he's too short. I was like, you can tell by him sitting down that he's too short. Okay. So he fucking so she's like, okay, you know what, like I might give him a chance, like can you go ask him to pour us a shot? And I was like, girl, I cannot be taking him more shots. But my drunk ass, okay, when I tell you I'm a lightweight, I can literally get crunk off of like half a White Claw. I've told you this before, and I'm going to continue saying it because I have not built up a tolerance because I don't drink like that. And so my drunk ass was like, okay. So I took my ass over there doing a fucking side quest for no damn fucking reason. And I was like, can can you like pour both of us a shot? Can you pour both of us a shot? Like we really want to drink something. And he was like, okay, because you know he's a normal fucking dude. He's not gonna be like, yeah. And so he poured us a shot, and then the birthday boy comes in, and like suddenly like everybody's taking a shot. And I'm just like, I think this was like my third shot in for some unforeseeable reason, and and glasses. I think I was talking to him a little bit before because I was walking in and they were taking shots or whatever. This is like before. I'm like all over the place. Okay, because I don't remember the specific arrangements of this whole debacle. um, but oh wait, let me see if this works because I don't know if there's any left in here. But like I walked in and he was taking shots with like no chaser, like legit like fucking vodka with no shot with like no chaser. And for me that is just outrageous, just completely outrageous. And so I was like talking to him, I'm like, the fuck, why are you doing that? Like, what is the purpose? Like, what is the purpose? And he was like, I just want to seem cool. And I was like, okay. Like I said, this night was a lot of okays because I just don't know how to respond to a lot of these now that I'm sober. I feel like when I'm drunk I'm able to kind of, you know, bounce off a lot better, but when I'm sober I just don't know how to react to these things that happened. Okay, but essentially I think I said something like, oh shit, that's funny. But then yeah, so fast forward to back to like the let's call him like Curly because he had curly hair. So the curly guy poured us a shot, and when he stood up the girl was like, oh, immediate no. I was like, because she was actually pretty tall. Like I think like I was like sitting a little bit when we were talking. So when I stood up, she was like, girl, how tall are you? And she like hugged me and her fucking arms wrapped around my head. I was like, oh my gosh, this is a tall woman. This is a tall freaking woman. Oh my days. And yeah, she was like, yeah, no, like I need someone that's tall. And I was like, I didn't think he was that short. Honestly, he looked like 5'7", 5'6" maybe, but honestly, that's not short to me. But then again, as long as you're over 5'3", you are a giant to me. And so I really have no basis in that. But I feel like, you know, if you're her height, then you probably have, I mean, you're allowed to have standards and whatnot, you know. And so I wasn't saying too much about that. Oh my god, now that I'm burping, I can like, oh, I get like burns in me. I even took a Tums, and bro, my chest is like, actually, I actually threw up the Tums. I'll be honest with you. I took the medicine and then I was just, you know, brushing my teeth thinking that everything was okay because I felt normal. And then the second I, you know, like cleaned my tongue, and so the Tums went out. So maybe I should take another Tums. I don't know, but anyways, that was just a side tangent. But so we all start like taking the shots and stuff like that, and she's like starts talking to glasses and whatnot, and I guess like, I mean, he was being friendly and whatnot, but I guess like she just wasn't feeling him in the moment, so she left for a little bit. And so, you know, me, I was just bored as fuck, and so I picked up the conversation and I was like, okay, we'll talk. And we just started like talking, and I was like, I was crunk as fuck at this point. Like, I mean, I was still like coherent and talking and, you know, all sociable, but like I just needed to sit. Okay, my ass was not gonna stand when I'm this crunk. And so I was like, can we just sit? And so we sat in the kitchen for a little bit and we just talked about like, dude, I actually don't remember. I don't remember what we talked about, but apparently I was conversating. Like somehow I was conversating, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like thinking back, like now that I'm like, you know, sober, I'm just kind of like, what the fuck did we even talk about? Because I remember like some conversations. Like I remember having a conversation at the beer pong table when I was playing beer pong with the birthday boy, and we were talking about like animes that we've been watching, and he was telling me about like Blue Lock, and so I remember that. But the second I sat down in the kitchen, just everything else just is a blur. Like I remember the people I talked to, I remember the faces, I remember being there in the moment, but I don't remember like what I talked about. And obviously I was, you know, I guess I was feeling him because I don't know actually. I don't know if I was feeling him. I think I was just being friendly. But I don't know in the moment because I can't trust my drunk self because I don't know. But like we were just talking and stuff and getting to know each other. And then I think Bo came back into the room and was like asking him if like he was like single or something like that. I don't remember. Like she was like asking him some like really pointed questions. And every time he would answer a question, he would like look at me. And she like noticed that. She was like, oh, are you like into her? Because every time I ask you a question, you just look at her, like aka me. And I was like, it's like, girl, I don't want to get into this. Like, I don't want to get this. I just laughed it up. I was like, oh, girl, like, like, it's probably because I'm short or some shit like that. I probably said, like, oh, I'm a height disadvantage, so he gotta look down to talk to me, you know, or like talk. But, like, I low-key felt like kind of bad because she told me her intentions of like wanting to get with him or whatnot, and I just kind of went in and just started talking. It wasn't that I was interested in him. Well, I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna try to figure it out once I get more introspective about it. But I think that I was talking to him because, you know, I was just bored and he seemed like a nice dude and we just, you know, hit it off and started talking. But my intentions weren't to like, you know, fucking, you know, I don't even know what the word is. Like, it's not even like stealing him away from her, because they obviously didn't know each other and stuff like that. And she's not, and like, he's not indebted to talk to her just because she wants him to, you know. But yeah, after that, like, I think she just left us alone and went into the main room to hang out with people or like do pong and whatnot. And so, yeah, that was kind of crazy because I was like, I actually like feel kind of guilty for, because at first I was playing Wing Woman a little bit. I was like, oh, I was like talking to Glasses. I was like, oh, like, what's your sign? Because like we were talking about astrology and like I was like, oh, like he's this. I think he was an Aries. And I was like, oh, like he's an Aries and that. And then she was like, oh, I'm feeling that. And I guess it just didn't work out in the end, but I think I had a part to do with it, so I feel kind of guilty about that, I'll be honest. But I was talking to him before that even, and like before she even like announced her intentions, but I guess, I don't know, I just feel guilty about butt fuck everything, and so I think that's just me, but yeah. And then so Glasses like got up to go do something. I don't know what the fuck. He was like, I gotta go somewhere real quick. I was like, okay, whatever. And then another dude walks in. Oh my gosh. And that was just a revolving chair. Just revolving chair, motherfuckers coming in and out. We'll call this one jewelry because he had a lot of cool jewelry. And we started talking and stuff. And apparently, I think he was like something along the lines of like a graphic designer. Like, I don't remember what the specific word, like verbiage that he used. But I think he was like in school to do something along those lines. But I think he was also a photographer. And I started talking to everybody there, and like more people showed up at this point, and so a lot of the people that are coming in were photographers, and I was like, oh my gosh, so you all know the birthday boy from, you know, like these modeling events and stuff, and they were like, yeah, we met him and stuff like that, and I was like, oh wow, this is shocking to me, shocking. And I like ended up getting like everyone's fucking Insta, because I was just like, fuck, like let me see your Insta, I'm trying to see what the fuck you're doing. And so I like ended up following a lot of people because I was just like, shit, I'm here and I want to maintain contact because these people seem cool as fuck, okay? And like even at one point I was like, bro, like we gotta make a zine together. we gotta do like a magazine together. And he was like, yeah, I'm down for that. I was like, okay, but maybe I was crunk. I always like say things like that when I'm crunk, like these intentions I actually don't even think that would ever come to fruition. But you know what, like when you're crunk, you can say whatever you want and it happens, you know. And then so Curly Guy also came in and I was asking about him and stuff. I don't remember what his business was. I'll be honest. I don't remember if he was a model, this and that. Like I don't remember fuck all. I think he was a model actually. Or maybe a photographer. I can't remember which one. Oh, actually no. He was one of the people that met the birthday boy at like a club. And so, but he was like, yeah, I'm like looking into doing model. I'm like, boy, you got the face for that. You can cook. And then I guess like Glasses came back and then we like started talking and whatnot. I don't know. Oh, I think like somebody announced it was like cake time. And so we all like went out and started like, you know, it's cake time. And so we were singing happy birthday and whatnot. And I don't want to rip up my lashes because the last video is giving me like PTSD because of the way that my fucking curlers snapped in my fucking eye. I was like, ooh, no way. But anyways. So it's birthday time or whatever the fuck, and we go out into the living room and, you know, fucking blow out the candles, mama, that. I don't even think there were candles. I fucking forgot the candles. Oopsies, but yeah. Cake was cut up. I guess there were good reviews. People said it was dry, which I'm like, fuck. But a lot of people are like, oh, maybe it's from like the freezer, this and that. I'm like, girl, no, like it's me probably. But I was just like, I'm glad you guys like it and stuff like that because fuck. I was like checking in with everyone, like, oh, is the cake good? Is the cake good? Because I need that validation. And then like the entire time, like, I'm trying to remember what happened. Like I feel like there's like a sequence that happened, but I don't remember. But like, while like everything was getting cut, like the fucking Glasses dude like had his hand around my waist, and I was like, ooh, I'm kind of feeling that. Like I'm feeling that. I don't know what it is, but I'm feeling that. And so, you know, we got our slice of cake, and me and him sat down on the stairway. And by this time, I was crunk as a motherfucker. Like like drunk as a skunk. Like I remember like sitting there and talking to him, but like I said, the details of the conversation cannot be recalled. I remember some part about like Texas, maybe some part about Texas, and talking about like where he lives and like his roommates and stuff like that. And I was like, but that's basically it. I think at one point I remember this. I think at one point I even like kissed him. And okay, this is kind of big a point in this like story, because this is like my first ever kiss. I've never kissed anybody before. I've had intercourse before, but I've never kissed before. And if you guys think that's strange, it is strange. Okay, like I think it's very strange, but you know what? Like, just things happen as the way they are. I can't change it. Like, it is what it is. Because I lost my virginity when I was 18, in the dorms and stuff like that. And you know what's funny? It was also done by an Aries man. So I don't know what it is, but a lot of Aries men just come to me. I mean, I'm an Aries woman, so I would assume that, you know, I would attract like a Gemini or something, or I don't know what else is compatible with an Aries, but I was like, damn, like a fucking another Aries, like what the fuck is going on here? But I think I only gave him like one kiss or whatever the fuck. And I mean, I was okay with it. I was like, fuck yeah, like let's do it. Cause I was feeling him in the moment. Cause I was like, kind of like, my hand on his leg and stuff. You can't really see my leg, but I had my hand on his leg and stuff. And while he was like feeding me cake, and so you know what, I was feeling him in the moment. Like shame on me, but I was feeling him, okay. And so we ended up kissing and stuff. Like it wasn't like a making out, it was just like a peck on the lips and nothing too like fucking, you know, PG. But after that, I was like, oh fuck, I think that sobered me up a little bit, because I'm like, am I kissing somebody right now? Like this is my first ever kiss and I don't really remember it. Like that's kind of crazy, but at the same time, it's like, what can you do? What can you do, you know? And I'm not too mad about it now. I'm just kind of like, well, it happened, and I'm good about it. You know, I'm good about it, and hopefully I wasn't a bad kisser. That's my main issue. I hope I'm not a bad kisser, but like if it's just a peck on the lips, you can't really do much with that, right? And so, busted as fuck, but I just wanted to hop in this video because I feel like the way I explained it was a little, you know, weird. And that was like from a couple of days ago. Obviously, I'm a little different because I need to wash my hair. But don't mind that, okay? I'm editing the video. This is the only edits I'm ever gonna do to a video, because I don't know how people do this on the regular. This is a lot of work. Let me see what side I'm on. But anyways, I wanted to come on here to like talk a little bit more about the kiss, because I feel like I wasn't able to articulate what I was thinking of, or like how I was able to kind of think about it at the time. Because like I said, it was literally like 10 hours or like, you know, 12 hours or like the date after it happened, and so I didn't have a lot of time to think about it. But now that I think about it, and the more I kind of ruminated on this video and the way I explain things, I especially want to explain this part a little bit more, because it does kind of seem a little bit weird. But for me personally, like this is how I'm going to take it. Like it's always situational, but for me personally, I don't find this kiss as something that's like offensive or something that I did not like or something that I did not want. I wanted it in the moment. Like even though I was drunk and stuff like that, I still felt like within me, like even though, like I said, I don't recall a lot of things of that night, I recall like things that were like within me. So I remember like how I felt, and like I remember, you know, the people I was talking to. I like never in the night did I black out or anything of the sort. I just, you know, I was coherent and all of that jazz. And so I believe, and I truly believe that, you know, for me, I've always kind of experienced things like differently, you know, like because I don't know when I explained this in the video, because I haven't watched it all the way through, I'll be honest with you, but like I explained in the video that this was my first kiss, and I had sex before I had my first kiss. And so obviously the things in my life are obviously kind of jumbled around, and I, you know, haven't done things the quote unquote right way. And for me, I think that when I was 18, I was kind of daunted by the thought of like giving someone a kiss, but for some reason having sex was something different. I don't know why my brain thought like that. Obviously, it's like changed a little bit now, but I was 18, and so I don't want to, you know, I don't want to like, whatchamacallit, I don't want to, I don't know where I was going with that, but I don't want to say like, that I would think about that as in now. But at the time I was like, no, like I don't want to kiss you, but we can have sex, okay? So it happened, whatever the fuck, and like I don't want to get too much into it because it's in the past, and him and I have moved on and stuff like that. And but for me now, I feel like I'm still burping, oh my god. I feel like, okay, this is gonna sound weird because this is just who I am as a person fundamentally, and if it's weird to you, then crucify me. But for me personally, I think I would prefer to like have kissed someone when I was like a little bit drunk or under the influence. And the way that I want the way that I'm rationalizing that, or the way that I'm going to try to explain it to you, is because I feel like I overthink things a lot, and for me the thought of like kissing someone is like a lot, you know. And it's something that I do want to do, and something that I, you know, want to do more of in the future. But I think that I had to at least break the seal, you know, because for the longest time I was just kind of like, oh fuck, like I've never kissed someone. Like, am I ever going to kiss anybody like ever again in my life? Not ever again, but am I ever going to kiss anybody ever? And so I think that I had to kind of quote unquote like break that seal in order for me to become more comfortable with the idea. And so for me, the way that I kind of see it is like, if I was under the influence a little bit, it will allow me to kind of like calm down my thoughts. Because like I said, I do have a lot of anxiety and a lot of, you know, thoughts about this and that and doohickeys and stuff like that, you know. And so I feel like for me, I just need a little bit of assistance. And as I prefaced in this video, I don't drink a lot, I don't use a lot of substances, and so I feel like I'm not really relying on it, like, you know, for day-to-day things, but like for kind of like not stressful, but for kind of situations where I do tend to overthink, I would prefer to have it. And in this instance, it's like for my anxiety, you know, anxiety regarding kissing. And I feel like a lot of us probably have that anxiety. I feel like even like if you haven't had your first kiss, you probably have like, oh, what if I do it wrong? Like, what if I'm not doing it right? Like, is this the right moment? Like, how do I even do it and stuff like that? And so you overthink it, like, oh, what if I suck? Like, what if they don't like the way I'm doing it and stuff like that? And so you start to overthink that type of stuff. And like, I feel like this was a good point for me to like actually kiss somebody, because one, I was feeling him. Okay, I'm gonna say that over and over. Like, I was feeling him in the moment. Like I was giving him signs that I was interested in him, and so I don't fault him for thinking that I was interested. And also I would like to say that we've never met before this. Okay, and so he wouldn't know how I would, because he met me when I was like tipsy, and then we got to know each other as I got, you know, more drunk into the night. And so he wasn't sure. So I wouldn't blame him if he wasn't sure if this was like my quote unquote norm. But at the same time, as I said, I feel like I have to keep on saying this because it does seem a little bit weird. But for me, like I said, I didn't feel like he did anything wrong in my opinion. And I feel like he didn't do anything. I don't know. I feel like I'm like trying to justify it too much, but I'm just saying it because I do kind of see the optics of it, and how it can seem kind of strange to you guys. Like, oh, like you kiss someone that when you were like drunk enough to not remember, like most, like I do remember. Okay, now that I've given myself more time to kind of think about the night, I do remember. I remember talking to him on the stairs about like him like going to some like another state to do like a anime convention and stuff like that. And I even asked him like what he was going as, and I don't remember the characters, I'll give you that, but I remember the gist of it. Okay, but truth be told, I don't remember a lot of conversations I have. So anyways, but I'm just yeah, but yeah, and like I said before, like I feel like just breaking that seal now, I feel a lot more comfortable with kissing other people, because I'm like, oh wow, it's not that big of a deal. And like I said in this video, I'm like, okay, like if I suck, then I suck, you know. Like if I sucked at kissing, I would know because I'm crunk as fuck. And like I broke the seal, and now I feel a lot more comfortable, you know, like going out and about. Because like I said, I'm fucking 21 and I lost my virginity at like 18. And so that timeline is very strange, and I totally understand that. And when I told my friends that, back in the day when I lost my virginity, they were like, you didn't kiss him? I was like, I didn't kiss him because I didn't feel like it. But then they were like, you wanted to fuck him, but you didn't want to kiss him. I'm like, I didn't see that as strange back then. But now that I'm like older, obviously like 3 years older and a little bit more experienced, not in that region, but like more so in like the life region, I've kind of, you know, talked to more people about this type of stuff, and I come to realize like that was a little strange, you know. Like maybe we should have done things the opposite way, but you know, things already happened, you learn from your mistakes. And for me, I was, like I said, I was feeling him in the moment, and I was giving him signs. Like I was like, you know, touching his leg, and I was like, I had my head on his shoulders, and we were like talking like this close to each other. Like my friend even told me after the event, she was like, yeah, like I was talking to this guy, and apparently he was like kind of dissing us. He was saying something along the lines of like, this is why I don't drink at parties, because I'm gonna end up on the stairs fucking cuddling up to somebody. And I was like, you got me, oh my god. But I'll be honest with you, I don't regret anything from that night. I texted him, but like we still have not been texting, and so I don't think I'm ever gonna see him again. And if I do, then whatever the fuck. But like I think that was just a one-time deal, and I don't know if my kiss scared him off. I don't know, but like I said, it wasn't anything too serious. I don't want you guys to think that I got like, you know, like taken advantage of at this party, because I did not. In my opinion, and in the way that I feel, I did not. I did not. I did not. I don't know how else to describe this. I don't have a publicist. I don't have a PR rep, and so this is all on me. But I just wanted to make sure you guys kind of understood where I'm coming from at this standpoint. Like, I don't feel like I genuinely don't see him as someone who took advantage of me in this moment, because like I said, I was giving him signs, okay? And if someone was giving me signs, like they want, and like I said, it's not like he, fucking, hands up my fucking shirt. No, like he just gave me a peck and that was all he did to me. And that I think is, for me personally, that was very like minimal stuff. But like, I think that if I didn't want it, I would obviously come on. I would not talk about it. Like, I feel like if it was something that was traumatic that happened to me, I would not come on to here and be like, you guys, this happened to me, this and that, because I think that me personally, I just found it kind of funny. I was like, oh, that's funny. Like the way my life has kind of unraveled and the way that things have happened to me in my life, I think are kind of funny. Like I do things a little like differently. Like I said, I had sex and I did not kiss the dude, and then I kissed the dude and I don't remember. And so don't remember. Oh my God, we're gonna stop saying that. But like, but I was crunk when I kissed the dude, basically. But and I think that the main reason why I'm kind of over explaining this as well is because I don't know. I feel like I understand that a lot of people are sensitive to this type of stuff, because like a lot of bad things do happen to people when they're under the influence and stuff like that. And so I want to ensure and make sure that like I'm getting my point across, that I personally did not feel as if I was getting taken advantage of, and I was, in the moment I was having fun. And I want to repeat this point over and over. Like I had a lot of fun at that party, and I don't regret a single thing I did there, other than fucking telling that guy that I would do like a cook-off with him, because I don't know what the fuck was going, like that was the only thing I regretted. I regretted telling that motherfucker I would maybe I would do one. I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, it doesn't seem that big of a deal now, but I just think it's funny that like under the influence, I was like telling people to like do a cook-off with me, because why the fuck would I do that? I don't know. I feel like that's the least of like the issues of this, of like what I could do, of like the, like I could have easily been doing backflips off the fucking balcony, as I said in the later video. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and clarify, because it's been on my mind recently, and I feel like I didn't give this enough of a explanation. And so that is the explanation. I hope it kind of cleared things up. I don't know if it made things more confusing. And I want to reiterate. I wanted to say once again that I know the way that things happen to me is strange, and I'm probably gonna like title this video something like, I got my first kiss at 21 or something. So it's gonna be the main focus of the video, and so I wanted to give it the amount of time that I probably should have given up in this video. But me being me, I just did not do that, and so I just wanted to make sure you guys got it. Okay, so I've had my first kiss, and that is all. Like I think it was a good first kiss, and I'm glad it happened that way, because like I said, I have a lot of anxiety, and so I feel like even if I were to have like a first kiss, I feel like I probably would want it when we're kind of a little bit more kind of tipsy and getting to know each other in that side of sense, because I feel like if I was sober in the moment, I'd be like, what the fuck. But I'm actually really, like I said, I'm glad that it happened, because now it breaks the seal, and now I'm just kind of like, okay, I experienced everything in the world, I can go now. No, I'm joking. So yeah, that's all I have to say on that. I hope that wasn't too over redundant or whatever the fuck, but yeah, so I'm gonna leave you guys for the rest of the video. I just feel like, yeah, I'm sorry you guys. I hope this wasn't too confusing, but that's all I gotta say. All right, I'll see you guys. Not see you guys. You guys will just go to the next video. All right. Yeah, he like kept on feeding me cake, and at one point I was like, girl, like, cease that behavior. I'm done here. And then I think he said he had to like work at like 9 in the morning, so he had to leave and stuff like that. And I was like, oh no, you have to leave? I don't know what's going on with me, man. I was having a moment. Oh my gosh, don't crucify me. I was having a moment, a lapse in judgment, if you will. Just kidding. But I was like, oh, you really have to leave? Like, and he was like, yeah, I gotta go. I have to work tomorrow. I'm like, okay, well, make sure to take. And then I got his number. I was like, make sure to call me when you get home safe, stuff like that. All this bullshit. And when I say that, I'm like super friendly when I get drunk. I get like super friendly. Like if the amount of people I talk to this entire night does not surprise you, then it should, because I don't talk to people like that on a regular. Like if I'm yapping like this, then I mean, it's just me. And so I'm not really pressured into doing like 2-on-2 talk or 1-on-1 talk. But I talked to like a fuck ton of people that night. I don't know where I was going with that, but like, oh shit, my fucking hand went in the... What the fuck was I going on about? Oh yeah, I just get really friendly when I'm drunk and stuff and like that. And I guess that can be like taken for flirtation. Is that the word? Um, but I don't think that was like my initial I can't think of the word. My initial thought process going into this conversation with him, because I was just like, oh yeah, he's pretty cool. Like I'll talk to anybody. Like when I say I'll talk to anybody, I'll fucking talk to anybody. And so I was just like, you know what, like fuck it, let's get to know some of the people here. And so that's what I was going into, and but then it ended up like I was actually kind of like feeling him a little bit in the moment. And I'll be honest with you, now that I'm sober, I don't. It's not that I don't know. It's just like I don't know how to approach this afterwards. I haven't even texted him back. Like he called me. I think like an hour after he left, but obviously I was not in the right headspace to be fucking responding back. Like I only saw it when I got into the car with my friend. I was like, oh fuck, like he called me, oopsies. And then I called him back obviously, but I think he was asleep. So but yeah, I mean, I think I was kind of giving a little bit of flirtation though. Now I'm looking back at my actions, but it wasn't the if it wasn't the intention, it still happened, you know. I was like, because like I said about the part where it's like, oh, like he wasn't taking shit with like chasers, that actually has a part in the story, because when we were doing like the second shot in that room, I don't remember if you guys remember, but like there was another shot, and I was like, you know what, like you're freaking me out with all this like non-chaser stuff, so you can have some of my chaser. And I was like passing it back and forth with him. So I don't know if that's considered like flirtation or being friendly and whatnot. Like I was just doing it because that man was freaking me out with no fucking chaser. Like the fuck. And I don't know if that's considered flirtation. Like I feel like if someone did that for me, I'm like, oh, that's really friendly of them to, like, you know, share a drink with, like share their chaser with me or whatnot. And I was like, so that's what I was thinking in the moment. But fuck, man, I don't. Like I said, man, don't take my words for truth and whatnot. And then like right after he left, I think I was still sitting on the stairs or something, and some people came up to me to like talk to me about my cake, and I'll call this guy, I don't know, photographer. He's like one of the photographers I was talking to and stuff, and he was talking to me about like raves and stuff. But when I was like sitting on the stairs now, they were talking to me about my cake, and they're like, oh, so you bake a lot? I'm like, yeah, I'm primarily a baker and stuff like that. He's like, oh yeah, I cook a lot. I'm like, for some butt fuck reason, I told this motherfucker like we should have a cook off. I was like next Thanksgiving, me and you in the kitchen. I don't know why that is so poignant to me, but I was like, me and you in the fucking kitchen, like we're having a cook off. Because the second I hear someone likes to cook, I'm just like, I want to see what you're all about. Like I want to see if you can put your, you know, mouth where your skills are, or whatever the fucking saying is. And then I think that like something happened where the conversation kind of shifted, and they were like, oh wait, do you know my cousin, like my cousin that I used to live with, let's call him like, I can't think of a name for him. Let's call him TV. That's the only name I can think of. Okay, let's call him TV. So my fucking cousin, I've talked about him like previously on this channel as well. Like not the cousin I'm beefing with. This is the cousin that I used to live with, but I wasn't beefing with him or whatnot. Well, I was, because I'll get to it. Okay, I'll get to it. But I was living with him for a bit. And he would always throw these parties at like our apartment and stuff. And I think I even told you guys about that one time where I came back to the apartment and it was like trashed. Like the party was on a Friday and I came back on a Sunday and it was still trashed. And so I spent the entire fucking night cleaning up after this man. And motherfucker didn't even say thank you, nothing, bro. No pleasantries, no fucking all nothing, bro. Like he owes me so many favors. Like the amount of times I've cleaned after him after a party was insane. Like the amount of cups I had to pick up, the amount of trash cans I had to put. Like there was like so many liquids. It was so fucking sticky. It smelled like fucking butt cheeks. Like it was crazy. Okay, so he would used to throw parties like that at our apartment. And apparently, two of these motherfuckers, because like while I was talking to this photographer guy, another guy comes in, and apparently I think they know each other from like events and stuff, and so I think they were actually friends and stuff. And so they were like, "Oh wait, you know TV?" I was like, "That's my cousin. That's why I'm following him on Insta, because that's my fucking cousin." And they're like, "That's your cousin?" It's like, "Oh, like we know that dude. Like we party with him." And I'm like, how old are you? How are you partying with my cousin? He's like, oh, I'm like friends with his friends, like, you know, this guy and that guy. And I was like, okay, this is a really kind of weird thing about me. I just don't like associating with anyone that knows my cousins. Oh my gosh, especially TV. He is a butt fucker not derogatory, just as is. He's a butt fucker. No, just kidding. It's derogatory. He doesn't fuck much for all I know. But I was like, what the fuck? And I just don't like. Okay. I just don't like associating with people that are like also friends with my cousin because, or any of my cousins, because I'm like, yeah, you know. But no, these guys were super cool. It's just like I was taken aback, and we were talking about. I'm like, wait, so have you been to my apartment? Were you at a party last year? This and that. And they're like, yeah, we went to all those parties, and the one that got shut down on the 4th and stuff like that. I was like, we we've been in these close quarters all this time, and I have never met none of y'all. It's not like I went to the party or anything, but like, still, it's like y'all were in the same vicinity, and I just didn't fucking know. Like that is like fucking small world, isn't it? Small fucking world. I hope my cousin doesn't fucking text me about it because I think like the photographer guys was like, oh, I have him a snap. Can we send him a snap? And I was like, fuck it, let's do it. And so he sent my cousin a snap. I haven't gotten a text message from my cousin yet. So, and after the interaction, I think the photographer guy even like sent me a DM on Instagram like of the selfie that we took and was like, I'm down to do the cookout whenever. And I'm like, oh, what is wrong with me? Like I don't know what is wrong with me. I don't know what's in my head. I don't know why my brain was like, let's have a cookout. Let's do that competition. Like what the fuck? And the guy that was standing in the back that was talking to us as well. I don't remember what he looked like or like what his details were. So I'm not really gonna, cause he's not that crucial to the story. But he was like, yeah, I'll like taste tests and stuff. Like we'll definitely set it up and stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, like thinking back about it now, I'm like, Quinn, girl, no the fuck, no, what the fuck, like no, oh girl, I'm laughing back at it now, but just thinking about it, I'm not embarrassed by it. I'm just baffled by the way I was acting. Like it wasn't like I was like, Brent Bucks just hanging off the fucking walls and fucking, calling everybody a fucking nerd and whatnot. I was normal, but I was just saying like outlandish shit that's like, that's kind of funny to me actually. That it is kind of funny to me, but at the same time, it's like. But yeah, after that conversation, I was like, I had to excuse myself because I felt my mouth like watering up. And if you guys know, and so I went into the bathroom and that was the first time I threw up in the entire night, and that shit was coming out red. I think it even like splattered on the walls a little bit. I can't believe I'm telling you this. Like it splattered on the wall and everything. Like dude, I even brought my cake into the bathroom. I put it on the sink because I thought I was gonna like, still eat it. But no, I like fucking threw up. And I was just like, I tried to clean it as best as I could with like paper towels and stuff. But I was like, holy fuck. Like I'm so crunk. So I went out to go find my friend and I couldn't find her fucking anywhere. And so I was like, oh fuck, like where the fuck did she go? Did she leave? No, she didn't leave. I don't know where she went. She was like, oh, I just stepped outside for a little bit. I was like, okay. And I think I started talking to some more people. I like sat down and someone offered me like tortilla chips or something. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah, I'll get some tortilla chips. But then, I felt my mouth water again and I found my friend and I was like, girl, we got to go to the bathroom like now. And so I threw up a second time and my friend was there to supervise me. She was like, yeah, she's like, kneel down. I'm like, I'm not kneeling down in this bathroom, man, because you don't know what the fuck going on in this bathroom. And then she was like, oh shit, like what happened to the walls? Like it's all red. I was like, that's me. I fessed up. I'm not a liar by any means, but I was like, yeah, that's me. She's like, oh fuck. And then, dude, when I tell you my friend is like goated as fuck, she like cleaned up my mess. Like she cleaned up my mess. She like wiped down, she like literally wiped down the walls. She like disinfected it or whatever the fuck. And she like cleaned the toilet with the toilet cleaner and everything. And I was like, she's like, now it looks like nobody ever threw up in here. I'm like, this woman is so like she is my guardian angel. When I tell you she is my guardian angel, she's my guardian because she's always coming clutch like that. And she was a friend that offered to pay for an Uber, like the same friend, okay? And so I was like, oh my gosh, girl, you are a blessing in disguise. Like not even in disguise, like you're a blessing, bro, for real. Like I literally don't know if I would have been able to like make it home or like make it home alive if I did not have her with me, because yeah, girl, I was fighting for my life and I'm so freaking great. I even texted her that. I was like, dude, I'm so grateful to like have you here because yeah. I don't know what I would have done without you, but like yeah. At least thinking about that makes me want to like tear up because she's such a good fucking friend for like cleaning up after me and like taking good care of me. And then after that, she was like, "Oh, we gotta go." Because before that, I think she like, when I was like on the stairs with the guy, she like looked at me and was like, "Go," and I'm like, one second. But then 1 second obviously didn't happen. Um, And then by that time, like I checked it, I think it was like 12, which is like later than I expected because we got there at around 9 and I expected to leave around like 10 or 11, but it was like 12. And I was like, oh shit, we gotta go home. We gotta go home. And so, yeah, so we ended up leaving the party. I said goodbye to everybody and it was a really fun party. But once we got in the car, man, I was trashed like a motherfucker, dude. Like the entire ride home, like I think I was either zonked out, sleeping, or something along those lines because I was not coherent. Like, I think I opened my eyes a couple of times and I think I saw like an ambulance or some shit like that, like flashing lights. And then next thing you know, we're fucking home. And I was like, oh my gosh, what the fuck? And then she was like, you know what? We need to get some food in you. And then so this lady, oh my god, even though she had to work at fucking 6 in the morning, burping loud as shit. And so what I was saying was that my friend took me to a fast food drive-through. Like, and the line was long as fuck. Like, long as a motherfucker, dude. She still waited in the fucking. I was like, oh my gosh. And she even took me home and everything. She got me food. She got me like all my favorite fucking foods. How the fuck? Like, she knew my order like down to code. Like, she could have been working there and got my shit. Like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Like, when I tell you that woman is goated as fuck, I'm so glad to have her as a friend. Like, I'm so glad she was there with me. Fuck. But I literally could not get any of the food down because my throat was burning so fucking bad from throwing up just straight alcohol. Because I mean, I had Taco Bell before that, but I guess it digested or something. I don't know what happened to it. One of my eyebrows is like taller than the other, and it's. I don't know what has been going on with my eyebrow drawing skills nowadays, but like they have not been like identical by any means. Like not even sisters. Like really, really, really distant cousins. And it is not good. I don't know what's going on. I'm losing it, bros. I'm losing it. But yeah, and then I got home, threw up. I did. I threw up and I was just like, dude, I just don't have like the energy to like get ready for bed. And so I'm like, I'm just gonna close my eyes for like 2 hours and then I'll like wake up and get ready. And so that's what I did basically. I like climbed into bed, makeup still on, everything, man. Everything was still on. And then I just took a nap. I set an alarm and I woke up around like 5. Because by the time we got home, it was like 1 or 2-ish. Um, oh yeah, and the way because my friend was driving my car, because like I said, they had car problems. And so they took my car, but then her sister also pulled up. And dude, I was like throwing up in like a fucking bag the entire time. And the sister was like, girl, I gotta get out of here. Like, I've never seen you croak like this before. And I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah. But I didn't like throw up in the back. I was just like dry heaving basically because I don't think I had anything in me. But yeah, yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. But then yeah, I climbed into bed and when I woke up, I started getting ready for bed. Took off my makeup and everything. Threw up. So that's like what 4 times already. And then I flushed and everything, and then threw up again. So that's a 5th time. And then I finally was able to get in the shower. I thought everything was like, situated. Everything was good. Like, we're cooking, like, whatever the fuck. And so I hop out, and I started, like, doing my teeth thing. I flossed and everything, and then I cleaned my tongue, and that was the last time. Yeah, that was the last time. Like, there have been, like, a few times throughout, like, the night that I just was, like, dry heaving and stuff. But other than that, I have not thrown up, which is good because I don't think I had anything else to dispense within this body of mine. And then I went to sleep and I woke up around like 9 actually, like 9 a.m. And I've been up since then, just suffering because I couldn't go back to sleep for some reason. Like every time I would close my eyes, like I would just get so fucking nauseous. I was like in bed, like nauseous for like the last 4 hours. And then it finally subsided and I was like, you know what? Like I just want to get up and do something. Ooh. I was actually supposed to hang out with that friend that took me home today, but I think she came home from work and was too tired. And then she was telling me about her boyfriend got like mad about her being out late because she has like a really this is called protective, but for me, I think it's a little more than that. But you know what? Like, not my relationship, not my monkeys, not my circus. And so, but for me personally, yeah. And so, yeah, apparently he was like mad at her for being out that late. And she obviously explained the situation and it made him less mad. But like, girl, that party was filled with like gay people and like models and stuff like that. And it's like, it's not like anybody hooked up there. And she even said like a lot of the people there were like really respectful and like chatty. And like, she wasn't used to that because she used to go to like frat parties where guys would just like, chat to you, just like hook up. And then she's like, no, like they're really sweet. And so And like, I'm not the type, I don't hang around people like that. I don't hang around with frat boys. I'm hanging out with sorority people. Like, I hang out with the gays, and the gays like have boundaries. From what I have experienced, like they have boundaries. And so I don't know why the fuck he was tripping, but I apologized to my friend. I'm like, I'm so sorry for keeping out that late. Like, I apologized to her like throughout the entire night. Like the entire night, I was like constantly, I'm like, I'm so sorry, like this and that. She's like, no, it's okay, that's okay. And I was like, you are a fucking saint. You're a fucking saint. Like, oh my gosh. And then I apologized to her in text, and she's like, well, we're fine now, but he was mad before, and I guess that like put her in like kind of a bad mood. So she's like, yeah, I don't really want to go like hang today. And I was like, okay, that's cool, that's cool. But now that I'm like in that mindset, like, oh, I want to go out, not like go out, but like I want to like just get out of this room. I just feel like I need to like get out of this room and just do something, because if I stay in this room, I'm just continue to just like think over the night and just think over this and that. Like, it's not going to be beneficial. So I just need to get up, do something, and yeah. But yeah, that was my entire night. Can you believe that shit? I don't know what my homie just texted me. I'm just like, I'm not reading all that. Different homie, but yeah. And there's like some parts of the story where I'm not even sure like if I did it or not. Honestly, if I did it by OJ Simpson. No, but like I've been like racking my head because I don't know if I gave him a second kiss. I feel like I did. Like I was like, oh, I don't know if I asked him if I could get another kiss, because I feel like I did. I feel like in my head maybe I like wanted to ask him to give me another kiss before he left, but I don't know if I actually did. I think we might have hugged or something, but I don't know if I like actually asked for another kiss. So maybe I don't know. Like I said, I was feeling him, and so I was like, give me another kiss. Give him another kiss. But yeah. And there's like some other parts of the story, like how much did I actually drink that night? Like I'm thinking like 5 shots maybe. And I had 2 of the no, actually I had 3. But well, 2.5 actually, because someone else finished it for me. Even think about it makes me want to gag. I'm so sorry. Like, I literally told everybody in my life that I am going sober. I'm going sober for like the rest of the. I'm like congested as fuck. Cause I cannot be drinking like that. Not anymore. I am not built for this lifestyle. I'm not built for fuck all, dude. Like, nuh-uh. And so yeah. I mean, I did the same thing at the Halloween party, because I think I might have told you guys that I got crunk over there as well. And so I like just did not drink alcohol for the majority of that, of like until. Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, I haven't really drank like that since now, I think. And so I think that's pretty good. That was like what, in October, so that was 10. That's like 10 months, I think. Maybe cuz it's July. I don't know, but something around that math. And so yeah, I have like I drink casually, like I would like take a sip out of my friend's alcoholic drink, or I'll, do this and that, but yeah, I just have not drank since then. So maybe that's why my tolerance is so low. I'm just not drinking like that. But like when you like drink yourself to the point of like sickness, it'll put you off. It'll put you off. But maybe not for alcoholics, but like for just, people who are not dependent on alcohol. I think that like once you experience that, you just kind of like, yeah, that's not. But I think I prefer to have it that way. Not like to get like blackout drunk or whatnot, but like I think I prefer just to like drink like not heavily, but like drink a lot. At in like small intervals, or like long intervals. So like, like twice a year, and for like the rest of the year, I'll take like a sip out of this, a sip out of that, but I won't like drink a full drink. Actually, no, I did drink. I drank, at my friend's birthday, the one that I told you about. I should have given them like a little stage name, but I can't remember what it was. Yeah, so that was like 2 weeks ago, but I didn't throw up that night. Like my friend is like really like familiar with alcohol, and so they were staggering me out, so I didn't get like too drunk. And yeah, it was it was a nice drunk. Like I wasn't like, like fucking vomiting, doing all that. I didn't feel nauseous, nothing. I woke up normal. And yeah, but this time around, like I said, I just need a para every time I go out. You want like my bonnet? It's for my hair. So I don't have this breakage anymore. Like once this breakage is done and over with, like I cannot be sleeping with this. Every time I wear it, I wake up with it like either halfway off or like squeezing my fucking head and like hurts. But whatever. I don't know if I'm using it right, but is there really a wrong way to wear a bonnet? I don't really know, but yeah, that is just. That's what, yeah. So now you know why I don't go out, because I start saying outlandish shit. I start saying weird shit, and it gets me into situations where sober me would not be appreciative of. And I mean this as in like the part where, you know, I'm like, I invited, like wanted to have like a cooking competition. I'm like looking for something, but I can't find it. Whatever. I was looking for my small comb, but I couldn't find it. And yeah, I mean, that's about it. Ooh, I like the way my hair kind of touches. I wish I actually got ready for that party, because all I did was like put on like a sweater and like shorts and socks and like basically what I wear like now, because I was just expecting to drop in, but like if I knew I was gonna stay, I would have dressed up a little bit. But I mean, it is what it is, you know. Where did I put my chapstick? Mamma mia. But yeah, that is basically what happened. I'm getting like some flashes of like Aquaphor, because now that I'm looking at this, I remember something from the party. I think when I was talking to Glasses on the chair, I think like I was like putting this out. I was like, "Can you hold my drink?" And I pulled this out, and he was like, "Did you steal that from me?" Because like we have the same one, and we started comparing. I was like, "This is the best shit." So maybe I just need to like walk around, get some landmarks, and then I'll start remembering more. But I think I remember enough, you know, enough, because obviously I didn't get blackout, because I have gotten blackout before, and I don't ever want to experience that ever again. But I mean, I was still like coherent and everything, but like I got gaps in my memory. That's all you gotta know. I got gaps. But yeah, no, I had a really fun night. I'm glad that I got to experience it with my friend, and she had fun too. All she was doing, like, I asked her what she did for the majority of the party, because she was in the living room for most of the time. And so I was like, what the fuck were you doing? She's like, oh, some white guy was teaching me how to play beer pong, and then we started losing, and so it wasn't fun anymore. And I'm like, okay. But yeah. But she also had Banana with her. And so Banana's like a really. And she's like on a sobriety thing about her. I think she's been sober for like 5 years. She was like, guess my age. I was like 23. She's like, girl, you think I'm 20? Look at this silver hair. Oh my gosh. Anyways, and I was like 23. She's like, no, girl, I'm 29. She's like, I'm turning 30. I was like, damn, girl. And she was like, yeah, and I've been sober for 5 years, and like, it's been the best thing ever. And like, when I was talking to her, I was like crunk as fuck. I'm like, girl, how the fuck are you not crunk? Because she's so energetic, like super fucking energetic. So I was like, how are you not crunk? She's like, well, you want me to do, because if I was drinking right now, I'll be on the balcony doing backflips. I was like, okay, so maybe we shouldn't give you any drinks, because maybe it's good you're sober, because you're kind of crazy as is. You're like really outgoing and really talkative as is. Like, I cannot imagine you on alcohol, because this night will go a different way if she was on alcohol. But yeah, she's a really sweet girl, by the way. But yeah, that is all. I gotta get going now. I want to try to beat traffic and stuff like that, and so I'm gonna puff up my hair a little bit, do a little bit of this action, and then do the do, and I'm gonna stay away from parties for a little bit. I'm only gonna go to local parties, no more of this bullshit. Okay. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I know it's a little different. I usually don't do story times, but I guess today's the day. And I hope it wasn't too like yucky, because I did mention a lot of, but yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, kisses.